Good day, Warriors. Red day for the final trading week of the year, even though it's chopped up. Everyone doing okay? Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. Hi, Mike, Ingmar, Hugo, Kman, John, how are you? Jim Valentine. Doesn't look slow to me, Jimmy. James, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Coach. Sorry for leaving you
Hey,
alone on Friday. My alarm didn't go off.
yeah, yeah, okay. First time in 11 years something like that happened. You're human.
It was the day after Christmas, man, and I'm dealing with a son that had his tonsils removed and is trying to keep him from bleeding out.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it's been fun.
Sound, Yeah, well, yeah, challenging Christmas. All right. Well, I think K-Man's here today as well, right?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Dale and everybody.
Hey, how are you, Kay? So, why don't we start with Euro?
You,
What do you think? Going into
ah,
year-end flows,
yeah,
it struggled at 18 a few times. It's holding this
it
50-day. Yeah,
it did. Yeah, we're trading value date year end. I think for a second day in a row, but we'll see what's happening. You never know about those U.S. corporates. They have been very quiet of late. But as I was saying in the room, we're discussing that they haven't been really present buying dollars in any time over the past 3, 4 months. So maybe they left it all until the last trading day for them of the year. But we never know with all those tariffs, exports going up and down. So we don't really know. But
yeah.
the start of the day,
We never really know.
well, it used to be clearer. But this, as we were saying all year long, this year with all those tariffs and
Yeah,
trade not really clear and not really a clear cut thing. Even though we see numbers, but we don't see receivables or expenses and etc. etc. It's all been like really a mixed bag. So it's been very hard to really predict what the US corporates are up to. But what we saw this morning was a little bit of a dollar dip buying, so there may be something going on, but on really on the tip of my toes. We will see. The equity markets door, if you look at it in general terms, for the year-end, month-end, quarter-end flows, the U.S. equities have reversed. So whatever mild dollar buying there should have been done, I think has been washed out. I don't think they need to really do it anymore, which makes the year-end predictions even more difficult. What the flows will be in the next, let's say tomorrow and on the last day, because some of them they don't have the choice. They have to wait for the last day of the month because they are benchmarked at that fixing rate. So I don't really know what there is to do. Put a gun to my head, I would even say it reversed, that there may be a mild dollar selling coming up. But yeah, really, I think it's going to be erratic rather than directional, or
okay.
at least in the major FXs of what we could expect.
Okay. WTI was classic technical action.
Yeah.
Pulled right back here.
Mm.
I was talking about getting, the longs you took in to put them back out between 57 and 6.5, and it
Yeah.
looks pretty good. I don't know what's lighting it up, but held where it had to. So far, so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is one. I'm keeping actually an eye on oil, but especially for the start of next year, because we had those meetings between Trump and Zelensky, and I think he's going to be talking to Putin soon again, as well. There may be something, to be done start of the year. I'm not 100% sure we're going to see back at 65 or 70 or whatever, but
Yeah.
um, I'm we will see. weather is not playing in favor of a bounce, but maybe other things are
Yeah,
because
maybe geopolitical stuff.
I don't know if you saw, but China is about to start the biggest military drills around Taiwan ever.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
it's going to be an absolutely massive stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, this drones don't need too much petrol, but those big drills around Taiwan, maybe I'm just keeping it in the back of my mind that maybe
Yeah.
we may see a bit of a bounce coming, you know.
Yeah. This looks like a dress rehearsal, huh?
If you look at the plans that they have put on, even on social media, and people who don't know, but if you look up on X or Twitter, you look up Global Times, the Chinese thing, they have been putting up like a map of where they will of where they will do the drills. I mean, Taiwan will
Right.
be completely surrounded. I mean,
Right.
it's aggressive, you know, it's really
Yeah.
aggressive, and publicity they are making around it is pretty aggressive as well. So I'm a bit on my toes here for the for what oil is concerned. We may see a bigger blip higher. I'm just thinking.
So, where's the selling come from in silver? I know
Oh,
they raised margins and
yeah,
that's, you know,
and
but
also it does seem. Oh, you were asking about the setting, but I mean the other side first of all, right?
yeah,
In the days over Christmas and right after, and even this morning, we saw that fierce rally up in the 80s. There are some restrictions upcoming, and I don't know whether some of those Chinese holdings they need to have like a last rush before those come into play. But on my updates, I said this morning, I said we need to be careful now because something that moves 15% up and then does a full yo-yo of 10% up and down on the back of it is really starting to be unhealthy to trade. And we may be, as where I was always saying that I think the metals were closing the year on a positive tone. We may have
they
seen the
sure as
top
hell
there.
did. Yeah, yeah,
I think we may have seen the top right now. I'm looking at a really cautious thing because nothing is telling us that start of the year when once all those books will be there and the revals done at extremely high value, is the buying still going to be there? And I'm especially talking about the first days of the year. If we see continued support, I don't know where both metals are going or all the metals are going to stop, but I wouldn't be surprised if we all of a sudden see something that we saw in silver now, but in a much more erratic way. Is that all the bits all of a sudden disappear for even would it be only for a week or so, and then coming back in? But you can easily correct $20, you know, on silver.
yeah.
I'm being very very cautious. And then if you look at gold, I found it relatively interesting if you look at maybe. Yeah, the daily, but the 4 hour is even showing it better. I have an extension level at 44.60, and we just ran shy of that 45 and a half.
Yeah.
Well, we actually printed the 45 and a half or so in Asia, but also there, I'm not going to blindly be long just starting the new year. I want to see what happens because I would not be surprised if we see like a couple of $100 there maybe to the downside first before then reassessing. But it all will depend about how tough those drills are going to be in China because I can't see China, for instance, stopping to buy gold if they really ramp up their plans to do something naughty with Taiwan, you know.
Well, you know, a lot of people are celebrating the hits that JP Morgan is taking on their paper position in silver. And I saw a story, they have twice as much physical in their vaults as they have hypothecated shorts on paper.
Mhm.
So I don't know what kind of game they're going to play. I mean, they got killed on the paper side, but they're long the physical. So, maybe they'll want to try and recover some of their losses on the paper side and
Mm.
just put out a story like they're going to sell a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you have so much silver in your vault, why not take a bit of profit? I would say that the thing tripled in a bit over a
Yeah,
year in value, even at current rates. Not even speaking about the highs we printed above 83, but even at current rates, we're still like 3 times value also of like a year and a half ago, is it?
yeah.
It's a lot, so why not take a bit of profit? But I'm not going to look too deep into the books of a JP Morgan, you know. I'm I'm for sure not worried about them.
Okay. Yen, any vibe with what's
Um,
happening in Asia?
I yeah, so we shied away maybe a little bit of those really danger levels around 157, 158. Also, Bank of Japan, the minutes came out saying that they are not done, but we knew that out of the Bank of Japan comments on the day itself. So no, I'm still not bought into a higher yen, in a higher yen the currency, right? Not dollar yen, but the higher yen. Just on the basis of nothing really changed dramatically.
Yeah.
UADA didn't say that they were going to hike 0.5% in the next 6 months either. And they're still going to spend shitloads amount of money. And just saw a report out earlier today that came out over the weekend saying that they have their lowest birth rate ever in Japan. So demographics to me are part of the problem over there, at least for the
Well,
local economy. So
maybe maybe they should make it mandatory to have oyster shooters at every happy hour in their
yeah,
karaoke bars. What do you
oysters
think?
followed oysters followed by black chocolate, yeah,
Yeah,
dark chocolate,
all that stuff. So
yeah,
Aussie commodity currencies for the Aussie
yeah. Coming
really
back a
the
little,
weakness. Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, Kiwi is weaker, right? Aussie
Okay.
Kiwi is higher. Kiwi is still the weak sister there.
Yeah.
Aussie, I got the impression that if gets over the hump of the corporate month end today, we're still going to finish on a relatively high note. And I'm not saying we're going to trade 68, but you never know on the year-end flows. But I'd rather still buy a dip for the last couple of days of the year. If I get somewhere around 66 and a half, I'll be a happy man on today or so, and try to get long again.
I
I
agree
sold
with you,
mine out above
Kman.
67 this morning. Hmm?
I'd agree with you on that. I think you have to
Yeah.
be buying these dips into just for the flow reason.
Yeah, I think so too. I did take them off this morning because 67 and a quarter is a bit of a level I'm watching. So, and I didn't know what's going to happen on corporate month end. So I'm just waiting. But at the 4 p.m. London fixing today, which is in about 2 hours and 3 quarters. I'll see what there is to do. And maybe buy a few again.
I think there's a
USD
few
Max.
levels that.
Oh, go
Oops,
ahead.
sorry,
Sorry.
Dale. Go ahead.
No, USD Max looks like it wants to come out of the hole here.
Yeah,
This last low is,
yeah.
yeah,
But I think watch what's going on just above 18 there. You see, we had that.
right
If you look
here.
at the 11th of December, that's where it starts on your picture, right? You have a bottom on around 18, then you go back
Yeah,
up on the 17th, 18 to back up to 1805, then
yeah.
another bit back up to 1805. That's the level I think now, 1805. If we cap it again before today is over, perhaps we are going to also just slide a little bit further. Don't see it collapse, but just slide a little bit further.
Okay. Anything on, is the yuan affected by the drills at all? No, it
Um,
looks like
should have,
mix.
but yeah, and there's also a few voices coming out of the via the official related press, saying that people shouldn't be one-sided on the Chinese yuan. So they think maybe they will want to defend it around 7 or so, or think that maybe that's enough. But yeah, there again, I thought we could end up around here. Unfortunately, I don't have the position anymore, or I did not have the position anymore. I had been short, but bought them back earlier. Yeah, but maybe they're starting to find 7 a decent level. That maybe below 7 they want to step in, defending it a little bit.
Okay. I just wanted to make one comment about risk in the S&Ps. I want to, search our memories. And when's the last time you saw S&Ps making new highs and NASDAQ potentially putting in a second lower high? Okay, I haven't seen this in a while. When's the last time you saw the S&Ps making new highs um, without NVIDIA? I know a lot of people think NVIDIA has bottomed, and they've come out with news, they're buying this and they're buying that, but this very easily could just be a correction. This 170 level to me, I think it's going to be taken out, and this is a failing rally. So I guess the S&Ps would have to go to 7,200 or so to take NVIDIA back up there. And if it's not just isolated, because when's the last time we had new all-time highs in the market with, I'm looking for this, the Magnificent Seven not confirming it. And this was the second attempt to try this high. Not saying it can't. I'm just saying that it's an observation, and I know it's rotation, but I really don't think the market could get away with rotating out of these highly concentrated stocks if they're going to have some type of sell-off. So just keep that in mind. And I think
Oh,
that's
I think it's a great. I think the market's a great short. The question is, Dale, do you are are we selling a week after January 1st or 20
yeah,
days after January 1st? That to me, it's either or.
yeah,
I'm going to get short the equity markets after the first of the year. I'm just trying to figure out when.
yeah.
I mean, all the
That,
divergences are there. I think everything's set up for a move lower. What we probably need is just some disappointing data. We need disappointing jobs data, disappointing maybe like lower inflation, whatever it is that is the catalyst. I think the setup is there. But we've seen a lot of setups that they're just setups. Then next thing you know, we're at new all-time highs. So I think the
yeah,
setup's
that's
there.
yeah.
You just need the confirmation.
That's why you never know. They're not going to ring a bell. That's why you probe markets. You don't go in all in, but you probe markets because we never know when
Mhm.
that day is, or you have a level that if it takes out is kind of a go signal for you. But that's what I do. I'll probe a market for a while.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then you have to be persistent because your first few attempts may not work, and most people don't have the stomach for continuing to try something that they've absorbed losses on. But you need to learn to be okay with, you know, probing the market, and that's why if you take partials, even though you don't get the turn, you're still not get. You could still do okay unless you put a position on, and right away it's in your face, and that happens too, but not always. Okay, what? So go ahead, bro.
So a couple of things. First and foremost, if you
Everything.
guys caught the week ahead video, um, our editor forgot to put in the trader funding program video, so it kind of jumped from one section to the other. I just want to let everybody know there's going to be there's a New Year's sale to 30% off any um um uh trader funding program that you decide to do, whether it's instant funding or one-step assessment. Matter of fact, my son is going to be doing an instant funding account. That was one of his Christmas gifts. He's going to be an instant funding account from Mississippi, because he can't. Mississippi doesn't have. They have certain laws where he can only access certain things, but he really wants to trade, so he's getting that. So if you guys want to take advantage of the trader funding program, make sure you check it out after January 1st, or as of January 1st. We're going to go all the way till January 18th. And that is going to be New Year 26 is the discount code. So New Year 26. So make sure you're looking at that. One of the benefits of being involved in the trader funding program is also being involved in the Forex Analytics community for a period of time. I'm going to give you guys a little freebie today from, this is all the general chat, but I don't want to go into that right now. If you go into the trades room, you can actually see, for example, I closed everything on the 23rd. I took, my euro dollar, my Kiwi dollar off. I took the dollar CAD, sterling off. I took all of my dollar shorts off right just before Christmas on the 23rd. And let me show you the reason why. First of all, we completed that this is the bull flag pattern in the euro. You can see we completed it. We tried to make another push towards the high. As soon as we started to come off on the 23rd, I just removed the euro right at those highs at the 118 level, just below that. Kiwi, very similar situation. We were at the underside of this trend line. Even though we hit new trend highs, I took everything off right there around the 58.50 level. Now this is where the freebie is going to come in. I'm gonna kind of prep you guys on what I'm thinking today, and I'm just going to go back to our general chat room from this morning. What I'm looking for today is I'm looking for the euro to come back to 117.50. Now the question is, as we've been sitting here talking about, is the euro going to be able to get back to this trend line? See, we're at the 50% retracement. I'm looking for a dip to this this rising trend line, and then I do want to play into as Kman saying, into month end. I think that the month end flows in the dollar are going to be, we already saw them coming through last week. We already saw that it was dollar selling. So there's probably going to be continued dollar selling, today being the exception that Kman's been talking about. It's corporate month end. So you're seeing, value date dollar buying coming in today, briefly, coming in into the European close, so into the London fix. So if we get some dollar selling today, what I think is going to happen is we're going to see dollar selling into year end. Now, the question that I'm going to have is, how far can we go if we do get it? So if the dollar does weaken and the euro pushes above 118.10, how far are we going to go? Can we make it all the way up to 120? Can we make it up to the previous highs, which is a 119.20? I'm not sure, but that's how I'm playing it today. So the reason why I'm showing you guys all this is, if you're involved in the trader funding program or you're involved in the Forex Analytics community, you get to have those conversations with other traders, whether it's myself, whether it's Kman. I know Kman, you and James have been, dancing around corporate month end this morning, talking about, what levels you're looking for currencies to get to. This is really important information for you guys as traders. So do yourself a favor, give yourself a New Year's gift, whether it's being in the Forex Analytics community or, taking advantage of the trader funding program, like instant funding. If you just need capital, like right now, you can do it, right here through the trader funding program, immediate accounts, or a one-step assessment if you want to go the more economical approach. Kman, when we're talking about month-end flows, what currency pairs would you be focused on in particular?
Well, I mean, just in general terms, right? It's automatically depending on automatically going to depend on who does what. So the major money managers who should have month-end flows to do are the what we call the zero net FX funds, which are actually outside of the US and or in the US, but then investing outside, and we make a difference between what's happening to US equities and other equities, and those funds will be having to be netted out, zeroed out. So, for instance, if you're a European fund, right, and you have a net zero FX portfolio, you invest $100 in the US, but if your S&P goes up 10%, you're going to have $110, right?
Yeah.
And so those $10 will need to be sold. So that is kind of how a net zero FX funds functions and how we can kind of expect what's going to happen at the end of a month or an end of a quarter or an end of a year, depending on how those different markets have been moving. So that's kind of how we expect what's the potential of what can be done. Obviously, beside of that, we do have supranationals and etc. Even central banks, foreign central banks having dollars to do as well. So bonds come into play as well. But yeah, there's couple of a couple of hints that can tell us what may be the most likely direction of flows, and but the magnitude is a big unknown, especially of late. A lot of those funds have decided to go much more dynamic in their hedging, so a lot less to do really on month end. So it's becoming a little bit of a lottery, but there's still sometimes some patterns that we can identify.
Yeah, one of the things is you often talk about is we have month-end flows in precious metals too. It's
Hmm.
really interesting how well
Yeah,
if you guys didn't see that we closed out the gold 127% extension once we did we completed it. Actually, I think it was on the 22nd or 23rd when we hit the 127% extension. It's now starting to pull back. But
It-
I think these can be really, really dominated by year-end flows. And doesn't you said something like this too this morning regarding silver. I think
mhm.
silver looks really suspect. I mean, silver
Could be, man.
has yeah, it looks like almost like a blow off top just because it happened in Asia. The gap up, the
Yeah.
move higher, and then the slip right at the Asian Open. I mean, and Dale, look, we almost have a
Yeah.
throwover on our channel here. So it looks pretty dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks absolutely dangerous. Yeah, about those metals, that was quite funny because it was somewhere around end of 2023, the starting of 2024, I started to notice that around month ends, metals tend to start moving as well, all of a sudden out of the blue, in that hour, those 2 hours around the London fixing, and then I found out actually that WMR is now also producing fixings, which attracts people. Um, to trade around it because you have a benchmark rate, right? If you would be, I don't know, having gold in a vault in London, and they decide to, let's say, versus dollar to give you a month-end rate of 4,400 in gold, as where in New York they could give you a 4,500 rate. At least if you have a benchmark, they will both give you 4,450.
Yeah, yeah. It's
But that attracts flows because people say, "Oh, I've got a rate to benchmark my position on, so I'm going to use that fixing." So meaning that they give orders to if they have to do stuff, right?
And there's a lot more incorporation of precious metals into portfolios as of late.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of been it's been forced, and I would actually argue a lot of it has been, you know, the big debasement trade, but a lot of it had to do with crypto. And you know,
And
once money's left other parts of portfolios, they go into other assets, whether it's crypto or whatnot. They're like, well, shit, I don't want to own this. I'd rather be in precious metals. So we've seen a lot of adoption in recent years. So it's something that I think everybody should be, you know, noting as we go
Yeah.
into these month-end calendar type of trading situations.
But that's the thing we talk about in our room all the time in our community. And I'm telling people, I said, like, be careful because around those times of the month, the quarter, the year, you can have flows, and then people say like, yeah, but shouldn't 44.40, for instance, on gold be a support when it's trading 44.20? I say, well, yeah, but look at the clock. I mean, we warn people in our room constantly about what could happen. For one, and especially about the time of the day where some flows could come completely out of the blue and take levels through which should be showing up, but because of those flows, they are worthless.
Right. And just so you guys know, you know, the community aspect of what we do in Forex Analytics is the backbone of everything that we do. And the analysis that you get here is just the tip of the iceberg, because as you can see, like the European updates in the euro dollar that were done by Kman this morning, you get his outlook. When Ryan's here, he's posting how he feels on all of these different instruments. So make sure that you guys are involved in the Forex Analytics community. Make sure you have the mobile app downloaded, so this way you're getting this analysis to your desktop when it, or to your mobile device when it is published, because it'll send you a push notification and everything. All right, well, I know Dale, you have an interview. Who do you got coming on today?
Miss Elba Puero live from Spain.
Oh, great, great. All right. Well, you know, my dad just bought a condo in Spain recently, and so I'm going to be going to Spain for my very first time this next year. So I'm excited about that. So I'm excited to listen to your next guest. So guys, gals, we will be here tomorrow. We will not be broadcasting Wednesday and Thursday. It's, you know, and by the way, Wednesday is going to be weekly unemployment claims. Don't worry, we'll be in the chat rooms, but we just won't be broadcasting the F.A.C.E show. We'll have Wednesday and Thursday, we will not be broadcasting. I'll be back on Friday with Dale Kman, and probably not Ryan, maybe if we can convince him to, on the 2nd. So Dale, I'm going to let you take over from here.
Okay, thank you, Blake. Thanks, Kman.
Thank you, Dale.
All right, guys. So Elba, you're an attractive woman, and that's an interesting way to open an interview.
Okay.
And well, I'm just curious. I know what you use technically is the wolf wave. So
Yeah.
I'm
One
just
of
curious.
one of the operatives that I trade is the wolf wave pattern. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm
Is
wondering when you're out there in public, how you contend with men's wolf waves towards you.
with is also difficult. It's also
Yeah,
difficult. Yeah.
because I'm sure it happens. So I want to wish you a happy new year,
Oh,
and
me too.
I'll join you here on camera, and we could talk about what you're seeing maybe going ahead into 2026, or if you see anything. You know, there's usually some type of market sell-off when you and I get together.
Well, right now we don't have a market sell-off or any
Yeah.
signal of weakness. Maybe
Okay.
I can share my screen, and
Sure.
maybe we can see the charts maybe in yearly or monthly to have a like
Okay.
a bird's view or eagle's view. I don't know how to say it in English.
Okay.
Sure.
A macro, a longer term view, like a
Yeah.
telescope. So
Hmm.
the shares at the bottom there.
Okay. I'm sharing right now.
Okay.
If you see the S&P and Nasdaq.
Yeah. Got them.
Okay. Perfect. So we have the S&P and Nasdaq. The S&P right now in new highs,
Yeah.
and if we see it weekly or monthly, I have here a lot of
Levels.
yeah. I'm going to open Trading View because it's cleaner, and maybe it lasts a minute. 1 second,
Okay.
and I'm going to share
So
it
you have
better.
levels all the way down to 6,200.
1
Do you think
second.
that's viable wherever we peak, even if it's 7,000, that we get some type of correction, or is this just going to continue to melt up as
Just a breathe. I'm going
yeah,
to share my screen again. And we have it here in the Trading View chart, the S&P in 1 hour, what
yes,
happened.
yeah,
And I have it here in daily, which is what I wanted to show you,
okay,
that these lines are not random lines. They are supported by high negotiation, and they are now great supports. And if we go up this resistance from,
yeah,
if the price go above 6,000, well, 7,000, okay,
yeah,
we have here, maybe the potential projection goes to 7,183 points in S&P. They are
okay.
at the point that they are in maximums, and I'm going to separate this to have a cleaner view.
So is that your bias
This
that
is
we're going to extend up there?
this is just a Fibonacci projection, okay?
Okay,
The
yeah,
market breathed. And this was very critical because maybe it could have made a head and shoulder figure, but it doesn't. In this bounce, it canceled any head and shoulder figure. We have here the critical point in the latest maximums in 7,000, 10 points. If the price is capable of going up there, we probably see more highs and more.
so where do you buy something like this? Right here? And where would you manage the risk on an entry up here
Okay,
at all-time highs?
we had the Fibonacci retracement established
Yeah.
at the end of this correction, and
Mhm.
well, we waited until the price bounced in any level, no, in
Okay.
38.2. For me, there are 3 levels: 38.2,
Yeah.
0.5, which is not a Fibonacci number, but it's the of the Dow theory. The
Gann used it too, Elba.
pardon?
WD Gann used 50% retracement levels.
Yeah. And we just waited the price to bounce in any level. So it bounced here in a key zone, which was marked because of high negotiation in this area was established, and the price bounced right here, and also in the 0.5, the 50% of the Fibonacci retracement. So the longs were first risky, because we have had here another resistance, and we didn't knew if the price was going to break it, but it did. So we had 2 entrances. One was the risky one, which was at the bounce here with an stop loss below 61.8, and the other one at the breakout of this resistance. If the price close above this, it has
Mhm.
more probabilities to go up. So
Okay.
the longs were open over here, and now we have taken benefits because this is a resistance and these are the maximums. So Right now, you cannot open a position at market right now. Maybe we can wait for another lower high, higher low, pardon,
What
right
turns
now,
this
or
pattern?
above this resistance, which now is support in 6,800.
So what turns this negative? This pattern.
This pattern, it's a possibility that the people are saying it's maybe is drawing a double top. For me, it's not perfect because a double top must have the two mountains more proportional. And right now, it's not peak. It's like,
Well, I'm
you know,
just talking price wise. If it starts heading down,
if
where
it
do you
starts
quit?
going down and it doesn't bounce here in
Okay,
in
that's what I
the
wanted.
support here, and it breaks
Okay,
this another where it
68.50.
bounces before and breaks the 71.8, it's
Okay,
not going to we are not going to maintain this projection. But
okay, got
any
it.
higher low, any bounce in this
Yeah,
line
68
market,
and a half. Yeah,
mhm,
got it. Got it now.
it's a good place to open
So,
longs again with a stop
okay,
loss. If you want to adjust a stop loss, if you don't want to establish it below 71.8, you
yeah,
can put it below the supports, but with some not put it too close, because maybe in a test it can blow your stop loss. But anyway, you have to wait for the price to bounce to make the higher low, to make the bounce. And when we have the green candle overpassing the red ones, now it will be
okay.
the moment, no, to open again, to the price to go to maximums again. It's the theory for me right now, because in weekly we have a healthy structure, and if it breaks the maximums, it will escape. You see
Yeah,
it,
yeah, melt up.
has it just bounced here a bit, and if we put a Fibonacci retracement from the previous minimum, we have the bounce in 71.8. So it can be another weekly projection. Wait,
So
1 second.
7,200 again, like the other one.
Bigger
74.
from here.
Oh gosh, yeah, 8,000.
Yeah, 100 points more up. So
Okay,
meanwhile, the price doesn't break this blue line. It's 6,770 more or less. The trend is going to be,
continue.
yeah, to continue, and we have to look for bounces. So the S&P for me is the one who leads Nasdaq and then Dow Jones, because Nasdaq has not the same
Well, don't you think that's different? Because the NASDAQ has led up until recently, when people started liquidating some of their AI and Mag 7 positions.
there is
Uh,
fear. There's fear. We have a lot of trade
it's a, yeah,
nets
yeah,
in the 2026, and you see the structure of Nasdaq right now. It's more like the head and shoulder. It's possible. It's more possible for Nasdaq to complete the head and shoulder figure, and this is not a joke figure, because it's in daily,
yeah,
and I'm going to draw it.
second lower high.
If the price is going to go down, 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 and breaks this support, which is marked here in 24,500, okay, it's possible to activate this head and shoulder figure, and it's not a joke.
That would take you to what,
Yeah.
22 and a
So
half?
as always in the maximums, we have different options right now, which are possibilities that are open right now, both of them. The price is not going. The price has now gone to tell us, have not going to tell us if it's going to bounce and break the maximums or not. And S&P is going to lead that way, because if S&P goes up, then Nasdaq will go after it.
Right.
Okay, that's my view. But we're in a critical point in Nasdaq, and it can maybe be separated from a punctual bounce of S&P. Maybe Nasdaq will not be as strong as S&P. Okay, right now.
Maybe Nasdaq, which is weaker, is a leader in the correction that eventually takes the S&P down with it.
Maybe because the S&P wants to
Everything's
go up,
maybe, right?
and if the Nasdaq breaks down the
Yeah,
levels, the fear will
right.
maybe make
Spread
the people to sell S&P also. Yeah.
like a cold, like someone who has a cold, you
Yes.
know.
Yes, like that.
Okay.
But I don't have, as other times I have wolf waves, or I have varied patterns.
Yeah,
This time it's another classic figure, which is bigger, but it can be canceled if S&P goes up. Maybe it can take Nasdaq up.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have
critical level here.
do you have a view on energy? A lot of people are looking at the potential because it's so cheap compared to all the runs and other commodity markets. Do you have a view on energy?
With petrol in West Texas, for example.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to. Are you seeing the screen?
I still have NASDAQ.
Okay, so we're going to oil, crude oil. And I have here different scenarios right now, Dale, because I had one wolf wave. I'm going to, well, we see it right now in daily. This is a daily chart.
Yeah.
Of crude oil. I have a bullish wolf wave, which achieved target 1. But when it achieved target 1, then crude oil began to fall, and it still have weakness. And it's in the moment right now where it must bounce or die, as I say always.
Yeah.
Because in weekly we can see it. It's a very critical point here. This is weekly. We are in the lows.
Yeah.
Of where April fighted these lows and saved all this point in $55.
So it's a higher low compared to what the spring.
It's a higher low comparing to the lows of April, but it's fighting. It's fighting.
Yeah.
It's fighting. I had here some bounce strategies, but in the short term, maybe in 1 hour. Here, I had, this is a very critical area, the $55, 55. So the bounce was risky, but it was okay to
and the pullback looked.
Yeah, and now it has to fight. These levels are key, the ones that are marked here, and the price respect them a lot. Okay, we have here the reactions. So we have here the first key level that is rejecting right now is $58.58. It's okay. It has made a higher low, as you said, but any Fibonacci we place right now, bullish, is against the trend. Okay, I'm going to establish it, and we see the price has bounced in 61.8 and in the support right now. Just a guide to in the short term here. We can have a projection to go to 60, but this 60 is a very strong resistance, a very strong resistance. The prices has not been able to close in daily, for example, upon it. So maybe an adjust in the short term, it's okay, but looking for the price, if it can goes up $60 or not.
Yeah, I think it will.
Right now, if we see it again in daily, for example, you see the weakness from the highs here. Any attack of the areas was a reject here, also in the wolf wave, and also in the target one of the wolf wave. So if we want to see a recovering of the price, it must close candles,
Above,
or the price must close above
above SIG.
60.5,
Yeah, right.
60.50, 60.50, and
Okay.
make it a support and bounce here. Otherwise, we only can trade longs or from zone to zone, something like that. But be very aware of this area, the $60 per barrel is very, very important.
What are you doing in the dollar?
And dollar index, our loved dollar index.
You love it?
Yes, we love it, Dave.
Okay, I like I like that you love it.
This is not
That's dad's.
this one.
Yeah,
Okay, we have it. We have a frustrated double bottom here.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe it was not perfect, but maybe we were looking for this area to break it and go up, and it failed here, making
right,
making a double top. And
right.
now this support is very, very important. We're going to look it
I
in
agree.
weekly
Yeah,
to
it
see
would be a
where we came from,
right,
where we come from here, and
right.
maybe it's an accumulation or is distributing, but this is a very, very important area, because if it breaks it, it goes again to the minimum
Yeah,
of 96,
yeah. It
and
takes that out.
there is a
There's
possibility to
nothing
break it and going down more.
sharply. Yeah,
Yeah, and this is a key place, because if it bounces here, maybe it can recover until in 2026. So this is a very key level. I think it will consume time here until it decides if it breaks it or not. The breakout of this support is shorts in dollar index, longs euro dollar, long libra,
yeah.
British pound dollar, and a bounce
Do
here.
let me ask you this. I mean,
Yes.
you're on FinTwit a lot. Do
Uh-huh.
there is an overwhelming bearish sentiment in the dollar. Do you
Yeah.
know many people that are bullish the dollar? Because everyone believes in the debasement trade now.
Yeah, and everyone thinks that with the stimulus and with everything and all that stuff will make the dollar go down.
Yeah.
So I
So,
think it's possible for the dollar index to test this support, but we are not here to,
oh,
mm,
make forecasts.
we are here just to follow the price. So the possibilities are here. The price is right in support, in a very
Yeah.
important support. We are seeing this chart in weekly.
Okay.
So you see how important is this support.
I
If it
do.
bounces here, we can open a risky Fibonacci.
Long here
Yeah,
and risk
long,
the lows
because
and risk the
this is
lows.
not any trend right now. And
Right.
if in case there is any trend, if it's bearish, not bullish, but it's a risky one. When
Yeah.
if the possibility, if the price bounce here and
Yeah.
complete this Fibonacci, then the trend has changed. This is more or less what the wolf wave does, but I don't have a wolf wave here, or I don't have a super proportional wolf wave here. Maybe we have this
Okay.
pattern.
Okay, so as you can see, Alba really has
Yeah.
discipline because I tried to bait her with making a forecast on
Mm-hmm.
the dollar, and she just said, we're not here to make prognostications were following price. And when someone says that, they're pros. So I do make prognostications.
Yeah, because it's in
I
the
do.
perfect point, but it's very weak right now.
Yeah,
And
like I'm probing it.
we cannot
I
uh,
never know though,
yeah, you
Elba.
never know, but
Really,
maybe the price can go here to test
yeah, it could.
to clean all the long positions and then go up again.
Maybe.
We don't know. We just follow the price, but the right now is a perfect place to bounce. Let's see if
Yeah.
it does it or not.
Okay. Look at her
And
demeanor.
otherwise, the next support and the next
How
support.
do I get in your hedge fund?
Pardon? Ah,
How can
okay.
I get into your hedge fund, Elba?
I don't have any hedge fund
You
right
should have
now.
one.
We
You sh
live better with our capital, with our small capital, trading it, and with no
Yeah.
schedules and with no responsibilities with others' money.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It is stressful. People that are watching you now or see the recording,
Hmm.
you could show your website or any of the places that you do commentary. And people,
Okay.
you could follow Alba on X at Albitamix, right? ALBI. Why don't you show people your handles
Yeah.
um,
One sec. I'm
and
going to show
there aren't many
you.
people that do wolf waves either. So if you want to
Yes,
learn about
now
go
more and
ahead.
more people
You're making it
are knowing the
popular.
wolf waves. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to share. Here you see Sala para Traders.
Yes, it's up there now.
Okay, this is
Salaparatraders.com.
my project.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is my project
Videos.
where we see the markets daily. We establish operations. We do directs and scalping, trading, and all the stuff, and a lot of material. And we have
Nice.
your opinions. And this is like a daily tool for the traders to be online with other traders or to
Yeah.
review all the community when they can. Okay.
Okay.
And this is sex, as you said. My profile is Albitamix.
That's it.
Albitamix is my profile, and also YouTube.
Do you
This
have
is my
English
channel.
translations on your
In
spot there?
YouTube right now, there is a tool that it's an automatic translation
Okay.
with every video. At
Okay.
least in Spain, there is that possibility. So you don't have to speak Spanish or anything. You just
Okay.
click on the video, and there is an I think, in YouTube that it translates the video to your native language, to English or to Bulgarian or to whatever.
Okay.
I have seen it in other videos that I consume in English, and they automatically translate it into Spanish.
Okay.
So this is my profiles. These are my profiles. I have an Instagram with also Alba SPT, with this Sala para Traders. So these are my channels
Yes.
and all that stuff.
You can learn a lot from her. So
Thank you, Dale.
follow Elba and Elba. Happy New Year. I
Happy
hope
New
it's a
Year.
yeah.
Let's
I
see
hope
what 2026 for us, because
yeah
everybody is looking for black swans. We have a lot of black swans, possibly black swans, Taiwan, the
yeah
AI
yeah
bubble or
yeah.
not, Russia and Ukraine, or
You know
maybe
what kind
end
of
of the
bird?
euro, maybe the end of the euro. We have a lot of
Yeah yeah. There's so much so much. It's like all these cycles are converging. So you know what I think? With everyone looking for a black swan, and I'll trade it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine instead of black swans, doves, because doves
okay.
are peace and
Yeah,
love. And
and how
that's what we need are more doves and, you know, and stay in the present moment with them so that you're not living in fear about
like that.
what could happen.
It's
Do the right,
difficult, but we have to. Yes,
we
Dale.
have to, or, you're just going to be in a fetal position. And be alert. There's going to be massive opportunities in the markets for people like us. We've had our face bloodied many times, so we've learned
Yeah.
our lessons. And
Yes.
now we've been preparing our whole life for what is ahead of us in 2026. Can I
Yes.
get an amen on that?
Yes, Dale. Like
All
that,
right, Elba.
you're right. And risk management or
Yeah,
position management is more important that maybe when you establish a trade or not. We have
yeah,
to we have to be brave, and we have
we do.
to yeah, first of all, because it's as you said, it's a very it's going to be a tough year. We
Yeah,
have to we'll have to fight against it.
yeah, and have a group, a community, and friends and people that you can count on. And it's great ending the year with you, Elba. So
Okay.
I wish you a happy new year and that you really kill it in 2026.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
All
Let's do
right,
it. One
all
more year
right.
we survive. That's
Uh,
a good point.
we
As
made
I
it,
said
huh? We're
before.
still standing. All right,
So,
everyone. Elba Guerrero, follow her and learn from her. Check out the Wolf Wave.
okay, thank you, Dale. Best
All right.
wishes for everyone.
Yeah, see you, Elba.
See
And
you. Bye bye. With
everyone
pleasure.
else, adios. You join the team in
Adios.
15
Ciao,
minutes
ciao.
on the morning edge. And don't just count your pips, count your blessings. I'll see you, everyone. Thanks again, Elba.
Thanks you.
See you guys. Thank you. People enjoyed you.